look at Washington coming into play here, it's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be...
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Right to the air. Here's Murray. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for James Conner. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. As you see, they have dealt with their fair share of injuries this season, but Charles, that hasn't stopped them from putting together a very solid campaign, a very good record thus far.
I think a lot of credit has to go internally. We always want to praise the head coach for holding the team together, but to me, it's the guys in the locker room putting on the uniform. Those starters who've stayed healthy, they've welcomed the backups into their ranks and showed them how to get it done. And this team, they've stayed afloat all season doing just that.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Murray now to throw. Finds his running back, James Conner. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and... Murray a give. This is Conner. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Here's Murray. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. But it's well short, and this will remain a scoreless game. And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. To the 43, 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 15 carries, 104 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
Powell's throw complete to Dotson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Second down throw for Howell. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. He's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal and you throw the pick, not good at all.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down. A starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now this throw caught left side, and he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That goes for a gain of 31.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels.
Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibson. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's Howell. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here. A long way to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Murray. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. On first down, Howell. And he rifles one incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
Holding, offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding, offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Murray going to throw to Connor on the check down. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not on the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up third down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call tippy toes if that one was completed.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is.
He's got a man complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The football going back over to Arizona now. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, about that.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Cardinals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Pulled in at the 24. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at about the 32. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Second down, Howell now. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They certainly have the right read on that one. The weak spot in a cover 2 defense, right down the middle, because it really stresses the safeties. And they're going to be a little bit frustrated they weren't able to connect on that one.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 2nd and 9, Howell. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. 3rd and long. Here's Howell. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Howell throwing on 1st down here. And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Another throw for Howell. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. So we have come upon, all right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 21. Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Second down, Howell back to pass. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Howell from the gun. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Howell looking to throw again. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 37. Straight ahead, Gibson. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Off play action. It's Howell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. On first and 10, it's Gibson. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal. Howell, third and goal. Dodson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Murray and the Cardinals with a first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Throwing on second and long. Murray, and it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Finding his target is Trey McBride. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. To throw is Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now Murray. That pass complete to Moore. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Murray getting this complete to Conner. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Murray's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. Again, a run with Conner. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. Connor is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Connor. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So it's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. On 2nd and 9, Powell slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, he still brings it in off the tip here on the deep shot. A huge play there for Washington. 48 yards. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Gibson here running out of the gun. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. On 2nd and 12, Powell looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. To about the 26 here.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Once more, Gibson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with a